Good afternoon. Welcome to your General English class, Chapter 6, Final Reading Session of Indian Women and the Salt Satyagrah. Let's take a quick recap of the past reading. How Kamala Devi's request brought a broad smile on Gandhiji's face. The question is it a broad smile of disapproval? Is it a doubt? Or was he waiting for the right time or the moment because he was fully confident that women would play a very significant role when the time demanded? Let's continue reading, read along, and don't forget to keep the vocabulary and the phrases in your mind. I still have before me the fantastic scene on Chapati Sands in Bombay. The first day, 6th April 1930, when the salt law was broken. Instead of the tiny sands, there was only a surging mass of humanity covering the sea face. The scene showed multitudinous women with water pots filled with salt water from the sea. Little kids also carrying midget water pots, wending their way to their respective homes to make salt and defy the law. They walked quietly, composed, dignified, no excitement, no hustle. Were they conscious of the enormity of the occasion? Here was an unacceptable law being broken with purposeful deliberation throughout the country by men, women, and children. This was a situation even the British Army could not have tackled with the ease short of mowing every human being down. Above all, the revolt had now entered every home, nestled down in the very hearth. Women, like men, were getting the first taste of liberation. For throwing off the shackles of fear marks the birth of freedom. Events proved that Gandhiji was right. Women from all levels and walks of life came out into the battle arena. It were as though the age-old walls had crumbled overnight. As the men were being put behind bars, the women stepped out, providing mature, considered leadership, initiative, resourcefulness beyond all expectations. They flocked just as eagerly to the tasks Gandhiji had specially reserved for them and turned quiet picketing into tough, though peaceful, battles. No wonder that at the close of the movement, Gandhiji commended them in these words: "The role the women played in the freedom struggle should be written in letters of gold." So, finally, women had their moment in the history of freedom struggle of India. With maturity, considered leadership, initiative, resourcefulness beyond all expectations. These are the sobriquets, the adjectives qualifying their able participation in the freedom struggle. Gandhiji knew that when the time came, women could throw off all the shackles, the chains of fear that would mark the birth of freedom. The women were conscious of the seriousness of the event. Not only the women, the children were quiet, composed, dignified, and there was no excitement, no hustle. There was no noise, no excitement, and no speed. They walked with dignity to win their battle. They took the salt Satyagrah to their homes and defied the law and broke the law and finally won. This is how Kamla Devi, the narrator, narrates how women can do wonders and they are no less than men. And when the time demands, they can recognize and refuse to limit themselves in any parameters or boundaries of action. Hail the women of India. Here we come to the end of chapter 6. You can read along in this video and learn the vocabulary, and reading again and again is going to give you practice in understanding the context, remembering the words, and also answering short questions in your examinations and comprehending the context, and also improve your speaking skills and listening skills. Thank you. Take care.